All right, May 21st, 6:01, we'll start the meeting, call the meeting to order, roll call please.
Councilmember Scott,
Absent.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Present.
Councilmember Pinello,
Here.
Councilmember Lane,
Here.
Councilmember Thompson,
Absent.
Councilmember Carpenter,
Here.
Councilmember Beckwith,
Present.
Councilmember Michaels.
Here. Perfect, we can all rise to the salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
The privilege of the floor, Mary Lou Boardman.
Yeah. Oh, I'm allowed to. Hi, last time we were here, I asked a few questions. And, last Tuesday night, the DPW committee had a meeting and I was at the Cornell, hospital with, a dying animal. So I was there instead of at my meeting, but Andy felt it was necessary to write all of us a letter telling us what our duties are. And the funny thing is I can read and write. And when I was first appointed to that committee, I read what my duties were and I knew what my duties were. But there are a couple important things. One, in the recommendation, he suggested that the duties of the board maintain several standing items on the agenda for each meeting, including citizens' complaints. That would be the appropriate forum for complaints about work. I asked every question I'm asking you tonight, I asked. And they couldn't answer and they couldn't come up with answers. I called Troy. I said, what can you tell me? You talked, you discussed? No. So I'm gonna ask the questions here. And between the mayor and Andy, I need answers. 2 weeks from now, I'll be back. Questions are, the very first plans for Main Street, the red brick was a stencil. And it was accepted, it was presented to us. Now with the bricks that aren't safe, that are already falling down, my question is, who agreed to change the first program, the first, stuff that was accepted? Who agreed to it, who okayed it through the city? Second question is, have you gotten a hold of anybody to repair the bricks that are broken on, it's Clinton Ave, up near Sean Bowler, et cetera, because you can't, I don't want the DPW doing it. It should be the people that installed it. They should be the people doing it. The next thing I want to know is why do our crew of DPW workers have to wait 2 and 3 hours for a load of asphalt, Hopeville? You drive by them and they're seated and they're not doing much. They're waiting. And no, Nick didn't tell me this. Half the DPW, half the sheriff, half the police, half the nurse, half the ambulance people are my former students. I can walk down the street and run into 5 of my former students. All I have to do is ask. Why? Nick told us that he's being told we'll get it to you as soon as we can. We're behind. Is that good enough when you've got crews waiting 2, 3 hours for asphalt? I don't know. You tell me. Let's see. One more thing, that apparently is my duty, and gee, I wish I'd known more about it. Personnel under the duties of our group. The board shall review personal related information provided by city administration and advise, assist the superintendent in personnel matters, resolving problems, disciplinary action as requested by the superintendent and or administration. I'm requesting that as a citizen and as a member of the DPW board. I would like in writing any disciplinary action that's been taken in the past year to anyone in working for the DPW. That should include emails, texts, conversations in writing, so I can discuss it with my other board members. I'm not one to hide things. I'm going to tell you right out. I'm not going to a meeting. I'm not going to receive another letter. Anything I talk about can be talked in the open. Other than that, I'd like things answered, and I'll be here at the next meeting unless I have another emergency. I will be here, and I expect the answers as a citizen and a member of the DPW board. Finally, I do remember, Andrea, I've driven by Randall Field and it looks terrific, and I told her so. The fence looks great. The field looks great, and they have boxed in a little bit of Randall School. I know, we own most of the land down there as a city, but it looks terrific. And, she said it's taken a long time to get the fence up, but it looks great, and I wanted to, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Martin.
All right, good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Bill Harbin. I'm at 25 West Fourth Street. I'm also the Portland County Legislator representing LD2. So I just wanted to give a quick update from the legislature and then talk to one of the agenda items tonight. So a couple of things happening, always a lot happening at the county level, but a few things of note. Building updates. The courthouse steps are all done. We had our dedication for the Steps of Justice, and I know a number of you were able to come out, and we've got a great new plaque that's looking great. Finally, took many years, but we finally got that working. We are continuing the process of rehabbing the courthouse. Not only are we combining space with city court and other facilities in the courthouse, but we're working on HVAC and bringing that up to code and up to modern standards. We're working on the entrances on either side to address some of the brick and grout and other issues on the stone facade there. And another one that always comes up and everybody asks me about is what are we going to do with the dome? That we are working on getting grant funding to help cover that. It's going to be an expensive process, but it is at its end of life at about 100 years, which is this year is the 100-year anniversary of the courthouse. So we are working on getting that taken care of. And hopefully sometime in the next few years, we'll be able to get that cupola recoppered and really bring that up to snuff and secure it for the next 100 years. We're also working on the new facility at Mental Health over on the Fort Watson, the Brewer Petitioner building. All the demolition on the inside is now complete. We did our asbestos abatement, all that came through just fine. We will be continuing with our renovation plans, and the reconstruction of that space should probably start later this year. And that's going to be at least into next year, if not the year beyond, but we're really trying to accelerate that and looking forward to getting into that building as soon as possible. The 911 center up on West 4th Street is pretty much all done. They're still working on a few things with Verizon to get fully moved in, but they are in the building. And I've seen a market improvement, just in the neighborhood in that space. It's no longer that kind of black hole that it was on the hill. Neighbors have reported it's actually helping a little bit with the students as well, because they know that their eyes are there. Even if the police are kind of just in and out. So that's going great. The Grant Street property in the city is being leased to the Portland, the Catholic Charities. They're going to run their re-intake facility there. They're not going to house people there, but it's going to be their administrative offices, and they're renting that from the city. So we finally have a use for that building that's sat vacant on Grant Street. And then we're working on plans for the Miller Street property. We've gotten rid of the greenhouses when the county took over that property. We cleaned all that up. We're now working on plans as to what to do with that space so that it actually, could be useful for the county and for the city residents. So a lot of building updates across the city that are underway. Another thing of note is we have a new domain name for the county. We're following New York state law. They're pushing every municipality to change over to .gov addresses. So Portland County is going to be Portland County NY, all stretched together, one word, .gov. The old portland-co.org will continue to work for some period of time. Same with our email addresses, but we're going to be switching our email addresses dropping out the old one and replacing with the new one. And I bring this up also just make sure that the city, you know, is kind of moving that forward as well, because all municipalities are gonna get pushed by, New York State to change over to .gov, domain. So just wanted to bring that up as something we talked about in our buildings and grounds committee. And then the last thing to note, just kind of from the county, is we are starting to work on the budget for next year, looking at moving that forward. We've got a lot of work that we've been doing in the finance administration with Legislator Bischoff, who represents LD 3. She's kind of moving all these pieces along, and so we expect to be moving on that here in the summer. We are voting on whether or not we're going to take the month of July off as a legislature. I hope not, but I suspect we probably will. So that's kind of where we're at on things moving. And then just speaking to agenda item number 2, I'm very glad to see agenda item number 2 here. The notice of intent to cancel and renegotiate sales tax agreement with the county of Portland. You know, as you know, I've kind of consistently voted no every single order since this last sales tax was foisted on the citizens and foisted on the Common Council from the Portland County Legislature. I never agreed with them. I've never agreed with it all the way along. I want us to receive our fair share of sales tax, no more, no less than what we deserve. And I don't believe that the current calculation allows for the fair share for the city. So I think it's great that you're, you know, actually making that formal intent to cancel the contract and move forward. I think you've got a lot of options that are laid out within the resolution. Preempting is one of those. I have pushed hard to try to get data for you on preemption, and it has not been easy. I keep getting pushback about, well, we can't say exactly what the city is because it's split up over different zip codes and all. I think we can find that data. We just need to keep pushing forward, and seeing that you're moving this along, I think is great. There are a lot of good options for you. You've got 6 months to work on this. So I applaud you on that. And if I can answer any questions on sales tax or anything like that, I'd be happy to. I'll stick around for the rest of the meeting in case anything comes up that you need. Just the input from the legislature. I'm happy to help.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, anybody else for privilege of the floor? Move to proclamations. First proclamation is declaring June 9/15 Flag Week in the city of Portland.
Resolved that I, Scott Steve, Mayor of the City of Portland, hereby proclaim June 9th through the 15th, 2024 Flag Week in the City of Portland, and urge residents and businesses to display the flag of the United States of America this week and throughout the year. And further, the flag may ever remind and encourage us to honor the legacy of heroism and sacrifice made to secure and advance the blessings of liberty. And further, that it unite us in belief in the worth and dignity of the individual, the principles of liberty, justice, and equality under law, and inspire us always toward the promise of America.
All right, great. Can I get a motion? Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Beckwith? Any questions? Just remember that there is a ceremony, Flag Day ceremony will be held at 6 p.m. on June 14th at the American Legion on 212 Hopkins. This is a great, Tom's made it in the past too. It's a great to have it. And the auxiliary does, so if anybody has older flags to be there, they'll do that on there as well. At that ceremony, so please try to attend that. I think it's great for everybody to be able to do that.
Did you repeat the date and time again?
The date is June 14th, which is Flag Day at 6 p.m. at the Legion Post on 212 Hopkins Street.
Thank you.
Mayor, I believe there's just one line for you to read, testimony whereof.
Yeah. And Toastmaster, whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause to be affixed to the seal of Portland, New York, this 21st May. of 2020. Okay. So with that, we'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next. Okay, the presentations. Chief Sandy, I think is.
We need to do some housekeeping, so I don't break my neck. I'll pass this. I understand that the last, well, first of all, thank you for me to do this. I believe last meeting, Pastor did a little service for you, and we had hoped to be ready that night, but we weren't. But for those that don't know, we've had a police chaplain for several years now. Pastor Smith has been around and helping our people. And he's continuously getting trained and certified and helping people go through crisis situations and so forth. And I cannot count the number of situations where he has responded to assist us. And so we thought it was fitting to get him a plaque in deep appreciation, Portland City Police Chaplain, Pastor Matthew Smith, for his never-ending dedication to the officers of the Portland City Police Department. Through continuous trainings, certifications, countless ride-alongs, and compassion and support for our officers during times of crisis. Chief Paul Sandy, Portland City Police, he is a godsend. Pardon the pun, but he is there for us through thick and thin, and he supports our people, and we truly appreciate it.
Congratulations.
I can call Officer Matthew Maniaci. We have outstanding police officers patrolling this city. The citizens should truly be thankful for all their dedication and hard work. And every now and then, some rise to the top and deserve recognition. Officer Maniaci is certainly one of these officers. The first award he will be given is a division award, which was written up by Lieutenant Cute, who could not be here. I'd like the opportunity to commend you on a job well done regarding your handling of a few calls for service earlier this year. On 12/27/23, at about 17:44 hours, you responded to a larceny at the 7-Eleven. It was reported that a large group of juveniles ran out of the store with cases of beer. You responded and started to canvass the area. You stopped an individual at the Kinney Drugs parking lot and identified the person. The subject was found to have multiple bench warrants for his arrest. The subject resisted arrest and you apprehended him along with other officers. The subject was found to have 44 packets of fentanyl/heroin on his person. It is likely that your investigation thwarted continued criminal activity and you obtained important information regarding drug activity within our community. On 1/6/24 at about 9:04 a.m., you conducted a traffic stop of a 2007 Kia van that you located leaving a residence known for being involved in drug activity. You continued to investigate and the driver had a suspended license. You articulated that the subject was not being truthful and was lying about where he was coming. She was coming. You also discovered that the subject prior to the traffic was hanging with other known drug dealers. By conducting a thorough investigation, the subject was found to be in possession of methamphetamine. The subject gave helpful information regarding criminal activity specifically pertaining to drug activity. On 1/7/24 at about 21:01 hours, you conducted a traffic stop. Vehicle expired inspection sticker. Upon the traffic stop, you established that the driver was not being truthful about the reason for being in the city. The driver was also found to be suspended. While questioning the passenger admitted to having drugs on their person. You collected a large amount of cocaine, methamphetamine, a scale, and empty baggies. The subject was charged with 2 felony drug charges. It is highly likely again that your investigation thwarted continued activity in the city. These types of traffic stops and investigations are essential to police work, and you should be commended for your dedication
to traffic enforcement and your ability to conduct complete investigations. There is no doubt your dedication and performance has left a positive impact on the community. Your efforts, diligence, and dedication were recognized by Sergeant Corey Olson upon reviewing the cases. This investigation is just a small sample of the professional interest, dedication, and determination you portray in your day-to-day actions. It is actions like yours that uphold the good reputation of the police department. Your professionalism and dedication to the public do not go unnoticed by the department's administration, nor the citizens you serve. Once again, congratulations on a job well done. This letter will be placed in your permanent record of personnel file and shared with the police commission, the mayor, and the common council. He has a second. As I said, every year, some people rise above and deserve special recognition. Officer Maniaci is once again due this recognition. The Portland community is truly blessed to have a police force full of law enforcement professionals who consistently perform in an exemplary manner and on a daily basis. However, this is typical of one officer who shines above all others. For the year of 2023, it is you. As a young officer with slightly more than 3 years of experience, there is little doubt about the positive impact you have had on our agents. As an avid drone enthusiast, you understood how instrumental an unmanned aircraft vehicle could be utilized as a valuable tool for this agency. Searching for lost and missing individuals, locating suspects, mapping out crime scenes, and providing security for our officers during high-risk maneuvers. You took the initiative to research and draft a detailed proposal to specifically inherent benefits of instituting an unmanned aircraft system. You collaborated with Sergeant Brian Riley and presented the proposal to the administration, which was readily accepted. Your input did not end there. You assisted with the development of department policy and worked to secure 2 drones for the department's use. The UAS has been a huge success since its implementation, having been utilized in dozens of instances, both for this agency and outside agencies. Your self-initiative and activity does not end with the UAS system. On January 7th, I won't repeat, they were the same incidents that go on through here. These are only a few of the many investigations your drive and enthusiasm for professionalism have led to locating suspects, uncovering narcotics, and discovering information to constructing bigger and better investigations. It is without a doubt your eagerness, self-motivation, which has earned you the distinction Portland City Police Department Officer of the Year. I'm certainly proud of you. It's my honor to announce this recognition in front of your family, friends, and community. I present you with this letter, commendation, along with an award that you can wear on your uniform, signifying this great achievement. As Chief of Police and on behalf of the commanders, along with each and every member of the Portland City Police Department, I want to congratulate you on earning this most prestigious award. Thank you. And that's a department foundation. We did have another officer who was getting a couple of awards, and they were so outstanding that he couldn't be here. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Chief.
They're both homegrown, right?
Yeah, both of them.
That's right, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, move to the mayor's report. A couple couple updates. Went to the Guthrie Courtyard Memorial. They're making great progress on their construction project over there as well. They were working on the entrance when I was there last week. So we're getting the parking lot in order and starting on their emergency room, which would be great for our community as well. Our construction is, really getting into it. So we're losing concrete here coming up soon. So I think it's becoming real to the downtown business owners. So again, do everything we can to visit that and be part of it. It's gonna become, very isolated here shortly with the parking lot in June. Mid-June, we'll start with the parking lot behind there. Of course, community loses their sidewalks tomorrow. So some of those areas are gonna be, difficult, but still find your way to get in there. It's gonna be a tough summer, but they're going on schedule. And Groton Ave is going on schedule, and they were behind, but they're actually going ahead a little bit, so that's moving along nicely. The college is moving along, up there as well. So whereas it's difficult to move around, it's, we're gaining. Some other improvements that we've done, DPW has done, improve some drainage up there on Clayton and Prospect, which has been decades of springs coming down and wrecking the road, and, with short order, it looks like they got a good handle on that. It looks better already up there, to take care of the springs, and then they installed flags for this, ready for this weekend. New addition was on Tompkins Street, so those look great, and down and for the parade route, which is June 4th. So don't forget the Dairy Parade is June 4th, which cancels our next meeting our next meeting will be the 18th. Just remember that as well. Went to the NICOM conference, always good to be there and talk about, meet with other municipalities. We were able to create a group there that was able to create that to all college cities and towns that have colleges in them to talk about issues there to help work together on trying to come up with solutions and ways to, offset some of the, to break some of the costs. Fire department graduation this Friday. We have 2 officers that are graduating. We also have an officer, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, that's going on leave. All is noted by, this Boardwell that, the pickleball reports are coming along nicely. The fence is being put up and being finished. We're hoping to do an event June 13th. To do something with the pickleball group during the day and then do open at night to do some classes and teaching for everybody. So hopefully people can get around on that June. It's a Thursday evening, 6 to 8 or something. We're looking to do something like that. So keep your eyes posted for that. Finance position, had a pre-discussion and interview with one of the Binghamton's losing their finance director, and it was a good opportunity to make it happen. Shoe fits kind of situation, but unfortunately just yesterday he got back with me and it's gone to the private sector. So I think it would burn out there. So, so that didn't work out, but we'll continue on. We have some other ones that we're reaching out to try to get that position filled as soon as possible. And a dog control officer starts June 2nd. So that part-time officer will start June 2nd. Everything's set up for the interview and they're being positioned, that'll be the part-time, so that'll help the police department on that as well. So I think new person in the water department, that's going well. So there's been some changes down there, and I think that's all I have for mayor's reports. So we'll go on to award reports. Word 1.
Not here.
Not here. Oh, that's right. Well, 2. I'm sorry.
Bruce Adams wastewater treatment plant up in Boyers. That's great. Codes helped with the property award 2 that I talked about last time, and it's being restored, remodeled, and kind of came to a standstill for a long time. And now we're seeing progress there, so that's great news. It's very quiet in Ward 2, so quiet. You can see with the windows open, you can hear the traffic on the distant freeway, you can hear the birds, you can hear that back off that you've been catching. Auditory sound up now. It's just really lovely, beautiful weather. But I want to warn people in my ward to please keep an eye on your student neighbor houses that are vacant. Because they've left a lot of their belongings behind and we've had squatters in the past. And there shouldn't be people breaking into those homes. The trash got cleaned up really quickly after kids moved out, and moved in and cleaned up all the cups and just debris that was everywhere. We really appreciate that. There are people picking through it, and so that's a problem in some places where the trash has been tipped over and people have gone through it looking for cans and things. And also you can vote for the Portland School District budget tonight until 9 o'clock. Pat reminded me, so that's probably what's right for the meeting. And that's it from the second part.
Thank you. Going up after. No.
All good in the third ward, everything's fine. Quiet in the fourth ward as well, with the college kids gone, which it's usually quiet there anyway. I attended last week's DPW board meeting. As did you. I've had a few calls concerning traffic going down Warren. People turn because the signage for Broadway detour is horrific. And so, I mean, I guess people are turning down Warren Street and ending up on Pearl Street. And a bus had to turn onto Pearl Street from Warren and did like a 200-point turn. And so.
Sounds like a bus driver to me.
Yeah, some people are turning right and going, thinking they can get through that way, but that's a dead end. And then people are turning around in driveways down there and going on lawns. And so I spoke to Nick, and Nick got a hold of the person at the college. And then I spoke to the project coordinator and told him what was going on, and he said that he would add signage. I also asked, what is the detour to get onto Broadway? And it is to go down Tompkins, across Main, turn left onto Church, turn left onto Clinton, and then follow the signs for the detour for Groton and end up on Floral, and then you can go to Broadway. And I said, what about people who have to go to the college? That's not gonna get them to the college. And I know, and, so I said, you know, could you have a sign of James, you know, just say if you're going to college, you're here. Well, we don't know. Can't do that. So.
That's where the confusion comes from. The detour runs through that. It comes over that back street.
Yeah.
And people make it left.
So there it is. The flags on Tompkins Street look wonderful. Thank you. The DPW, I assume. Are the ones on Clinton going to stay forever?
Just any Portland.
Yes.
Okay,
Really?
that's a little college overkill.
They stay up and we can change them after periods of time, like the fixtures. The fixtures stay up and then the fixtures can be changed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, cause
We just look like such a company town.
yeah, I mean, we're more than the.
That was done before. I think they can help out. I think they volunteered to pay for some of that. Is that the chamber?
Yeah, chamber paid for the.
Right, yeah,
What we talked about doing is, if there's other communities that wanted, but, like Portland High School, they have an event, they want to do banners, but now we could switch them out either seasonally or periodically due to events.
And that's all done.
That's,
Clinton had put together.
Huh.
As was the bricks.
that's the first set.
Okay,
Well, looking forward to more sets.
yeah, how long
Just
do
to
we anticipate
advertise under great
those sets staying?
Until we get another set.
Okay,
It'll work.
so, okay, I think that might be it.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
All quiet in the sixth ward.
Mr. Beckman?
Comment on the flags on Clinton Street, I think they look pretty good, because now everybody's looking at the flags and not looking down at the weeds. Anyway,
Well, there you go.
a couple things real quick, it's probably be a Nick question, but the monument signs, Pomeroy, Clinton, River, Route 281, Route 11, Fort Watson, Tompkins Street, do we have a contract for anybody gonna be doing them?
So I'll answer that. The Youth Bureau, we just had a meeting today about that. That person started today. And, that's part of their, to take care of all that as well as the stop signs, the poles, all that. So you'll start seeing after this week, we're gonna start seeing significant changes in our gateways.
Yeah. I mean, it is-
Yeah, so they're,
Yeah,
we had to wait for them to get that. And get the equipment, vehicle and all that. That's the primary part. Fire department, get a vehicle and work that out. So that you'll start seeing the difference.
I guess I can ask Roy and, I don't know if Chief Sandy's still with me. I know they're busy, but this grass in the roads, it is all over the city. I know you're, but they got time, stop and notify the people. I mean, it's right in our code book. They get a citation. I mean, I don't expect you to drive around and look for it, but if you drive around and you see it and you got a minute, I don't know, just, I don't know if anybody else is noticing. It's brutal.
Is that them mowing along the grass?
Yeah, in the street.
Like,
I mean, I don't expect you to send the car out, you got enough to do, but these guys are patrolling, they don't have anything to do, just knock on the door and say, hey, next time you're gonna get a citation. Say it every year, it gets to them.
Since you see it, maybe you should jot down where you see it.
Yeah.
Well, the cops and them guys are driving all over, it's not hard to see.
I haven't noticed it.
Well, because you guys voted for that no more May, and that looks like shit too, when you talk about that.
All right, we'll go to, Mr. Mike, thank you, Mr. Matt.
Funny that you mentioned that, because we're gonna revisit No More May next year. Our code office has been running itself ragged, issuing citations regarding individuals that didn't sign up for this, and I don't know, when you close to 100 now?
Yeah, we're getting.
Yeah. That's way too much for a code office to be
Yeah.
driving around just making citations regarding ILO. So when this comes to discussion next year, we're gonna revisit it, whether we either shorten it or do away with it.
Backyard rules.
Something, right, so.
Well, they have to have, don't they have to have
Yeah,
some kind of,
yeah, so,
Just a
something in the window?
Plastic goes in the window, yep.
I've got some places that I don't see anything in the window.
yeah.
So we can all agree that it's good for the environment.
Oh, I know it is.
The issue is that there's a lot of these lawns now, because of the wet weather and the nice weather we've had, are over 2 feet high and they're causing a nuisance. And I think there's a certain level of, yes, it's not bad, but then you gotta get realistic, it's just because you have sun, you got.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Backyards is a good idea, actually.
Well, we got a year to talk.
Yeah.
Now, that street.
Last on my list, I just wanna make mention that it was a fire chief's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, chief. So that's all.
There's a ticket with your name on it, right up.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And the only thing I had to get him, so you caught me up.
Yeah,
I was 10 and 15, fine.
okay. Okay, so approval of minutes. Motion to accept minutes. Swain, Mr. Carpenter, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, carried. All right, on to resolution. Agenda item number 1, designation mayor and acting mayor as having certain powers and duties as authorized by New York State local finance law.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council does hereby grant Mayor Scott Steve and acting Mayor Wayne Scott II the powers and duties of a chief fiscal officer as authorized by section 2, paragraph 5, subdivision B of the local finance law. And be it further resolved that any exercise of the aforementioned powers, duties, and signature authority performed by Mayor Scott Steve and acting Mayor Wayne Scott II pursuant to section 2, paragraph 5, subdivision B, of the local finance law prior to the adoption of this resolution are hereby ratified and affirmed. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall remain in effect until rescinded by the City of Portland Common Council. Be it further resolved, the city clerk shall file a certified copy of this resolution with state comptroller.
Can I get a motion?
Sure.
Ms. Sullivan, Mr. Carpenter, any questions?
So how long do you anticipate, it taking? Well, and what's the next step? Or,
For this,
no,
we get,
no, for finding a chief financial officer.
keep, we interview the next person and keep going through.
So we have a list of people to interview.
Yes, yes, trying to get some possible.
Is it the same procedure as was nationwide?
No, so we piggybacked off the list that Tioga County had, because they just did hire the same ones, so, there's good competent people in that list, so it's targeted off of that.
Okay.
Trying to get that speed up.
Speed things up.
And I really thought we had.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I got it.
This rate, I mean, I don't, higher formal, so that one.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Move it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello,
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Agenda item number 2, notice of intent to cancel and renegotiate sales tax agreement with the county of Portland.
Resolved, the city of Portland Common Council on 2/3 vote does hereby issue notice of intent to terminate the current sales tax agreement with the county of Portland effective November 21st, 2024, for the purpose of Mayor Steve negotiating a new agreement on behalf of the city of Portland with the county.
So move it. I'll second.
So, now, any questions on this? So again, I think, Mr. Harvey, spoke clearly in what we're trying to do, and we all work together to do it, and hopefully he'll grab the votes that he needs to make things move in the direction that we would want to have. Not, then we can do file for preemption.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we keep losing from this year continuously, so
Yeah.
we need to do, so.
Thank
Anybody else? Okay, move it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello,
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Please note that's 2/3. So we have agenda item number 3, authorize agreement with Empire Access, for fiber optic internet and telecommunication easement rights, expanded market options for city residents and businesses.
Resolved that the common council does hereby authorize Mayor Steve to execute an agreement with Empire Access, which shall not obligate the city of Portland financially and shall grant the company attachment access and easement rights through the city's obsolete fire alarm system in return for providing city free internet service in its public buildings and spaces. Again, shall not obligate the city of Portland financially.
Motion, Bill Lane. Mr. Carpenter. So yeah, this is a situation, so we knew we used to have wires on the poles, and those are the ones that keep falling down, so everybody's gonna be happy when they're gone. But once, those wires, we have still rights to those poles, so we're gonna give up those rights, we still have, to get that back. In exchange for them to provide dark fiber to all of our facilities and parks. Right now, I'm estimating about $130,000 a year of savings for us, of low stream costs. Plus we'll have control of the system, a little outlay costs to build the system a little bit, but it still pays itself off in 6 months. And probably more importantly, or just as important, is being able, we always talk about having broadband available to everybody based on some costs that are done with a sole provider that's been high rates. This gives us the option, gives an option. They're talking like $50 a month for big transfer a rate, so which is more than transfer rate, better transfer rate than we have now for Wi-Fi. So then it does make it affordable. We always talk about, I know, we're in many communities to try to get broadband across the country, and some of the rural areas haven't argued that we don't have it, that's affordable to everybody that needs it. So I think this gives a good tool to make it competitive. It gives us what we need to be able to get fiber, security, alarm systems that are areas, cameras. So I think I'm pretty excited about this. It's taken a little bit, but they would start building it. There's a map, I think, on the supported documents that would be up and running in 2024 and 2025. Would be finish out majority of the city, and they're gonna work on getting design ready out there. So it'd be great for everybody.
Is this part of the DRI?
You know.
Really?
This is a complete separate deal that I negotiated with this company to be able to do it. But there is empty pipe conduit that's put in on the DRI. We're working with this company to design and run stuff down to catch downtown, so like Parkside Wi-Fi, downtown Wi-Fi. That infrastructure a little bit, so hopefully by 2025, that'll all be in place. This is really good news. Actually, is a win.
Discussed it as part of the DRI.
Yeah, that was in the GRI, put it into that, it wasn't really the cost factor. The piping was all put into payment,
Yeah, it's great that it's.
so this will make that.
For your part.
Anybody else? Okay, move it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello,
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Becker. Aye. Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 4, authorize additional funds for the city's 2024 sidewalk program.
Resolved, the city does hereby appropriate up to an additional $20,000 for the 2024 sidewalk program from ARP funding to address the need the need identified by its citizens for safer walkways within the city.
Ms. Sullivan, Mr. Beckwith. Do you have any questions on this? So we can-
Is it empty now? It's
It's-
not empty?
Yes.
Oh, good. They know a few years, if anybody to do it.
Oh, we've been burning it up.
Yeah,
That's true, yeah.
It's getting a lot, we need it.
Yeah.
DPW is great, we're getting all the crosswalks done and then ADA, I don't know what that number's up to, it's close to a couple hundred by now, plus a lot of sidewalks, so good progress, for sure. All right, hold it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith. Aye. Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 5, authorize agreement with Toma Development Consultants for program delivery services, part of the community development block grant.
Resolved that Mayor Steve is hereby authorized to execute an agreement with Toma Development Consultants for program delivery services as a part of the Community Development Block Grant, project number 285 HR 322-23, in the amount of $88,500 pursuant to the consultant's response to the request for proposal and pending review and approval by the New York State Office of Community Review.
I'll move it.
Spinello, Mr. Beckwith. Yeah, so they were the RFP winners, so, it's a great partner. We're excited to continue with them. And move it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michael.
Aye.
Agenda item number 6, authorize the city fire department to overhire one firefighter position in anticipation of a current firefighter being placed on active military duty.
Resolved that the common council hereby grants authority to the fire chief to hire one additional firefighter above authorized staffing levels and commence their training to lessen the impact of the anticipated staffing shortage resulting from the state mandatory deployment of one firefighter in 2025.
So, Beckwith, Slane. So I just want to take a moment and maybe, the chief and, the firefighter Andrew Niver could step up. I want to appreciate his service. And he is the firefighter that is going to be there, that is going to represent us and to our great country.
So, I received a notification from firefighter Niagara that, right now he'll be deployed sometime in January of next year. Almost a whole year, way I'm understanding. So the resolution you have is, to get somebody on board by July 15th, get them to the fire academy by July 29th. They'll go through till the end of November. And by the time firefighter Niagara has to leave, we'll be able to transfer this person right into his position, so we do not to excessive overtime. Fiscally, it'll be at zero, with Andrew being gone. So Andrew has put that forth, go ahead.
Wayne, what happened to if he comes back?
When he
Or when he-
So,
You're coming back, don't worry. Well, you might not have a job, that's my concern.
fortunately, Andrew will have a job, there's no choice, he has his job. There's no.
It's safe.
That's it, so he has to have his job. If we have the overhire, I anticipate retirements within that timeframe, that, you know, maybe a little bit of a lapse, but we have anticipated retirements and, go, from there. Andrew will still have. a job.
We appreciate it, Andrew.
Yeah.
Appreciate you doing.
Police department will always be there.
All right, anybody else? Okay, move it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Fennell,
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith. Aye. Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 7, accept New York State law enforcement technology grants.
Resolved that Mayor Steve is hereby authorized to accept funds from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for law enforcement technology grant funding in the amount of $576,000 and enter into and execute a project agreement with the state for such financial assistance to the city of Portland.
I move it.
It's been all. Mr. Carpenter. This is a great grant. I'm not sure exactly the details of all the funding yet, but, this will tie back into our project of the dark fiber, being able to get cameras at different areas through the police department. So there's a good amount of funding there to be able to really get our wants and needs or our extra voids that we have. This is really exciting news, and we appreciate the efforts put together to make this grant happen. Okay, we'll move it, please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinella,
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter. Councilmember Beckwith. Councilmember Michaels.
Agenda item number 8, authorize agreement and expenditure for youth bureau building roof repair.
Resolved that the common council authorizes an agreement with and the expenditure of funds payable to Alpine Roofing located at 164 River Street, Sydney, New York, in the amount of $55,083 from budget line A7110-540500. Favor the cost of Mellow Roof, the youth bureau building located at 35 Fort Watson Street.
Mr. Beckwith, Mr. Michaels, so recognize this as a replacement roof, so basically we're gonna put over top of steel roof over top. It's there.
Seems like a
It was half of what we were priced, the other prices we had. So
really.
our prevailing wage and the cost of everything is, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, that was a pretty good deal. Really. But yeah, it's, I don't, we have much.
We will do it for that change. House.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinella.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter. Councilmember Beckwith. Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 9, authorize agreement with Adhan Piping for curb and sidewalk ramp replacement project.
Resolved that Mayor Steve is hereby authorized to execute an agreement with Adhan Piping for replacement of curbing and replacement or rehabilitation of approximately 62 curb ramps in compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act for a total not to exceed $776,500. Excuse me, $776,500.
Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Michaels. Again, this is adding to those, so there's 62 more, so that would be great to get. Question. Please.
Councilmember Sullivan,
Aye.
Councilmember Pinella.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane,
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter. Councilmember Beckwith. Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda, want to go through each one of these independently, or want to do them together?
Lump them together.
Okay, so I'll accept the motion to accept agenda items number 10 through 13
Yeah.
as one. Grant as a whole,
So moved.
Ms. Sillman, second, Ms. Lane, all those in favor?
Aye.
Now for all the agenda items, so approval for the agenda item number 10, approve special event related permits for Arts Off Main to be held on August 3rd, 2024. Agenda item 11, approve special event related permits to the Great Portland Pumpkin Fest to be held on October 5th and 6th, 2024. Approve a special event related items to Porch Fest to be held on August 18th, 2024. Approve special event related permits for the Portland Disabled American Veterans Family Fun Day on June 30th, 2024. I got a motion for that.
So moved.
Ms. Sillman, Mr. Carpenter, all those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. You don't roll call.
I think.
Anybody else have anything else? We can answer all the questions, so. Hopefully, it should be it.
Should be it.
Move for adjournment. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Back